Hello friends and Happy New Year! I'm going to do something unprecedented here, which is I'm essentially going to give you all my Patreon update. I was going to film a Patreon update and an update for the channel, but then I figured out like, oh, I'm gonna say the same thing twice, so that's dumb. Patreon, you're gonna see this a day early, because why not? And then everybody else, you're getting a free Patreon update. So every month I do updates for my Patreon folks that tell them like random ramblings. For those of you who like rambles, that's for you. I talk about like what happened that month and what my plans are for the next month and how I'm feeling and what's going on and like, you know, there's personal stuff. So that's a thing that happens. Anyway, so I thought I would talk to you guys about my channel for 2022 because that seems like a YouTube-y thing to do. Alright, so I have a computer here that has notes on it, so if occasionally I'm like, what was I gonna say? That's what I'm looking at. Alright, so I think I have like two sections to this. I have like essentially specific sewing goals and then non-sewing goals, whatever else there is. Okay, for sewing goals, there's gonna be some changes. Like I have in fact sewn things that were not historical garments or like costumes of any kind before on this channel, but I'm actually gonna sew probably a bunch of stuff that isn't costuming related stuff on this channel. And I think it will help make my costuming better as I get through these items overall. But you gotta stick with me while I get through this learning curve. I like to call 2022 the year of Jen. I have this friend, Miss Jen Makes. She is on YouTube and Instagram. I will link her stuff down below for you so that you can go check her out. She's awesome. She does couture sewing techniques, she does costuming, she does all kinds of, she made her wedding dress last year. It was amazing. So Jen has decided that I need to make pants. So I'm gonna learn how to make pants because like pants seems like a thing that a person should know how to do. I can make sleepy pants like nobody's business, so I understand a crotch seam and how that works. However, I would like to be able to make some well-fitted pants. Maybe jeans. We're gonna start with pants because jeans seems like a level up from pants. So I think that's gonna push me to figure out fitting better because my body shape is not like a standard pattern shape, of course, because I'm an apple and I'm plus size and all that other jazz. So I think that's gonna be fun. There might be a lot of pictures of my bottom half that happened during this process, but we're gonna give it a go. I also would like to learn how to make a jacket, specifically a jean jacket. For those of you guys who saw my haul, I bought some like sparkly black denim. I also have some selvage denim, so it has like a specific selvage edge that I would like to use in a jacket. It's rainbow, it's amazing, I love it. So I'd like to do that. I am still on the quest for a very good shirt pattern, like for my body type. So I want a t-shirt adjacent nice shirt. It doesn't seem like too hard to ask. Like, I mean, it's obviously like some sort of tunic top. I'm not getting it right, so I want to learn that. These things are going to force me to learn like more fitting, more tailoring, more good sewing techniques, like just real good best practice kind of stuff. So I think those are really good. I would also like to learn how to sew with knits. I do not have a serger. I had a serger. It sat in its box for probably 10 years. And then Gigi was like, I need a serger. So I'm like, I have a serger I've never used. You want me to send it to you? At the beginning of the pandemic. And she was like, yes, please. So I sent Gigi my serger. So I don't have a serger anymore. So with that machine, I should be able to sew knits. So I would love to learn how to sew knits because clearly I'm a knit life kind of person, right? Like knits are my jam. And I would love to learn how to like make cute things that are knit. So that's pretty much what I want to do as far as like non-costumey sewing. I want to learn how to make those 4 things. If I don't make them, all of these goals, every one of them, if I don't make it, there's no pressure. These are just like, they're not resolutions. They're just like vague goals. I always have goals. I always talk about my goals. So if they don't happen, that's fine. And I'm super flexible about it. I practice compassionate goal setting. Okay, for my historical costuming, I would like to add to my 18th century wardrobe. I would like to add to my Regency wardrobe. I have an 18th century and a Regency dress, which are almost completely taken apart that I need to put back together again. So like that would be a great start. I would really like to get through my entire UFO list and have that board clear biting to the ear. That seems like something that could happen. I would also like to make a pair of front lacing stays, possibly more than one. People who are following currently with my speedrun project know that I'm gonna try to do that like literally next week, possibly as early as like tomorrow. So I am interested in making front lacing stays, and I probably will actually want to make a couple pairs like in different colors for different things. So this is a goal. This is a thing that I'm going to make happen. I would also like to learn how to make different kinds of corsets, like not learn, just make them. I know how to make a corset. It's not that complicated. The fitting part is the complicated part, really. I have a corset class that I took last year in January. I never actually made the corset, so I would love to make that corset. I would also, I mean, I have a million corset patterns. I am not wanting for corset patterns, so I would like to make different kinds of corsets to see what kinds of shapes I can get my body into. I am not super fluffy. I am fairly firm, and so I don't corset very well, but it's possible that I could make my shape more curvy by padding and stuff like that, so I think I'm gonna try to work on some of that this year. These are all, this is a lot of stuff, guys, so like this is all just basically like here's all of it and we're gonna make some of these things. So don't stress out when you hear this. Other costuming goals, I have 3 things, and those 3 things are gonna get helped out by 3 events that I would love to attend if they happen, depending on COVID. Okay, so one, I would like to make something from a period I haven't ever tried before. We have a Dumas event, so like think Three Musketeers sort of situation, and so I would like to make the Three Musketeers-y kind of costume. Like this is pants, right? I want to make pants. So this helps me with that goal. It helps me with making some 17th century stuff that I've never tried before. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. 17th century. Three Musketeers. I also would love, like, you know, a Three Musketeers-y shirt. Let's do it. So I'm gonna try that one. I really want to wear old costumes again. I am a person who believes that we should wear the crap out of our costumes and get more pictures of the costumes that we've already made and not try to make a new thing for every event. There are a million reasons why this is a good idea. It's like mental healthfully good, it is FOMO-ily good, it lets you go to things without stressing out, like all of it's good. It's also better for the environment to like not keep making new things. So even though I have a huge stash, I mean, obviously one of my goals is to sew out of my stash as long as possible, but I feel like at this point that's rude to say because that never happens. I'm always ordering new stuff for whatever I'm working on, so I am indeed going to try to sew out of my stash as much as possible, in as much as I can. Lastly, I would like to make an 1890 something, and there is a Nevers event happening in the GBACG. So that's the Greater Bay Area Customers Guild. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, I will link it down below. It is the guild I belong to in my area that does costuming stuff, and it's one of the bigger guilds in the country, so I fortunately live where there's a lot of costumers. So anyway, there's this Nevers event, and I love the costuming from the Nevers. I specifically love this show because it has these costumes that are both feminine and also masculine at the same time, and allow you, like, they're very functional, like you can move in them, you can work in them, they're like not precious, but they're also exceedingly beautiful. So especially the lead character has costumes like this, so I'm very much into making a Nevers costume at some point because I want to go to this event, but also because I would just love to have that. And like, I've been avoiding the 1890s because like the sleeves, and I am not the sleeves kind of person. It's gonna happen eventually, don't worry. Everybody who's like, but the sleeves, I'm like, I will make one eventually. I will get forced into one. I get peer pressured into all sorts of things I hate doing and then I end up liking it, so I'm sure that's gonna happen. But like, for right now, I like this because it doesn't require me to have the huge sleeves. So that's what we're doing for that. Okay, so those are the costumey things that I am thinking about this year. Like, my mental gears are crunching on those things when I'm not actually sewing, and I'm thinking about what I want it to look like, and I'm thinking about the fabrics I want to use, and that, like, that's where my mental energy is going right now, into those specific goals. Those could change mid-year. It's completely possible, but that's what it is right now. So then there's like the non-sewing goals for non-costuming. They're kind of still costuming. So one is I would like to get way better at photographing myself. I am horrible at it. Like, I'm not good. I don't do it enough. I don't actually get into my costume and just go out there and shoot very often. I would really like to get better photos of my costumes between me and anyone else that is out there taking pictures, but I would love to be able to take pictures of my own costumes, and I know this is possible because I have seen other people do it. So for Christmas, I've gotten a photography backdrop already. It's like 10 by 10. it's pretty big. And I've gotten 2 backdrops already, and I know my birthday is around the corner, like in a couple days, so I'm thinking that's gonna be a thing too. Like there might be more backdrops coming. So, and we have flashes, like my husband does photography as like his primary hobby. So we have like studio equipment. So I want to have my friends over so I can shoot them, and I think shooting them will get me better at camera setup so I can then shoot me. So that is something I would really like to be able to do, is like get good photos of myself in my costumes, because I spend a lot of time working on these things and then they like go in a closet and then I wear them out and we go party in them and stuff, but like they never get a really good photo, and I would like that. So that's a thing. Next, I would like to spend more time with me. Like, not filming, not sewing, not working. This is a huge goal. I am, as Abby would say, a Capricorn sun and a Virgo rising, and I am like very list and a goal-oriented person who's like into accomplishing things. So this is really difficult for me to do, is like schedule downtime and just like allow myself to chill and like not be stressed out about doing stuff. So I have to get better about my workflow, about what my expectations are. Part of how I'm going to do that is I've been talking about going back to weekly vlogs, and I've been trying to do that. It's a little bit hard sometimes because I'm trying to like definitely get content into a video, and if I'm not sewing a lot because I'm busy, it takes more than a week to get enough content to be interesting. But I'm gonna really try to do weekly vlogs, and if they're not every week, that's fine. I'm not gonna kill myself over it, but like, don't try to get a whole costume into one video. It's too much, especially for a vlogger like who wants to post more often. So doing weekly vlogs is going to allow me to like schedule more downtime for me and just like make sure that I take a day or 2 off every week, make sure that I'm sewing a few days a week, make sure I'm getting like the right life balance that I want without trying to like push to get stuff done faster just so I can get more content out. Like that's not where it's at this year. Like we need some healing up in here. So that's what's going on with that. Lastly, and I've been talking about this forever, I need to clean out my stash. I need to clean out my stash. I need to clean out my closet. I need to clean out old costumes. I need to like purge a lot. So I may do a video about that at some point. I've been chattering about this for quite some time. I'm feeling like a little bit claustrophobic. There's a lot of stuff in this room on the walls, as you can see. And I do like that amount of claustrophobia, but like on the table workroom, that's not where it's at for me. So I need to like figure out my life in that way. So that is definitely a goal for me. I'm probably going to try to get that done earlier in the year rather than later. I definitely keep looking at my closet because my closet door is broken, so it's always open and it makes me look at my costumes and I'm like, I don't need you anymore constantly. So I'm just like, at it. So changes for the channel. Like I said, weekly vlogs again. It's like my preference to do weekly vlogs. So I don't know how or why I steered off the path. I think I was seeing other people do better by having entire projects in their videos instead of like just a constant stream of this is what's happening videos, and I was chasing that dragon, and that was a mistake. Let me just tell you, I didn't love it. It was not my jam. It's less chatty, it's less what you guys want, because every time I start chatty vlogs, everybody's like, "Woo, chatty vlogs are back." So like, yeah, I think weekly vlogs are really my jam. So I'm gonna go back to that. I'm also gonna go back to like essentially daily editing, which is where I edit the content from that day on that day instead of trying to edit a vlog after the week is done. Like that's like a 4 or 5 hour job. And so I don't really want to do that. So I think I'm gonna go back to my original way of doing things, which was working out for me, and that seems better. Second thing that might change this year, don't know if it will or not, is at some point I might get a job. That might happen. I took 2020 off to travel. Obviously that didn't happen. It allowed me to take 2021 off. It probably allows me to take 2022 off also. But like if the perfect job came along, I would take it. We will discuss what's going to happen to the channel. I will not have my channel. Don't worry. My vlogs may get a little bit more spaced out if I have to go to work every day, so we'll see how that is. It is my preference that I don't have a job where I go into an office at all, so I think that will probably help this case, but we'll see here. We'll see what happens. I am open to the universe handing me my perfect job. My perfect job would include time to keep this channel running in a like fairly normal way. So we'll see what happens. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say about 2022. Hopefully things stay on track, and hopefully things don't stay on track. I would like a good year to happen. I mean, a lot of people are like, look, we'll settle for mediocre at this point. Can we just have anything that's like uneventful? I would like it to be good. I would like it to be thoughtful and kind and all the other things, but I want it to be good. So we're gonna try to get that done here on this channel, make a positive place to hang out, still talk about hard topics occasionally, but like get some sewing done and get some fun things made. I like the idea of events happening eventually, so I have something to sew to instead of just like random stuff off my list. That is very unmotivating for anyone who doesn't like sew frequently. Is like, if you have this giant list but you don't have anywhere to wear this stuff to, you're like, I don't know, pick something off the list. And like, when you have an event to sew for, it's much better. So if I don't have an event, I'm gonna try to make one. I'm gonna try to get friends together if COVID allows, and maybe do some more things. That is another thing I'd like to do, is just see the people in my life that I can possibly see safely this year. I would just like to see as many of them as possible. Let's try to get that done. If you guys would like to, please tell me what your goals for the year are. If your goals are not to have goals, that is a fantastic goal to have. I have goals in this workroom largely because I have a YouTube channel, and that means I have to have things to sew to in order to make content. So if I don't have goals, I get like I was this summer when I was just like, I don't know. And I don't want to be in that place anymore. So I've decided I'm going to make a list of goals and we're going to sew to that. And if that doesn't work out, that's fine. But if it does work out, then awesome, because at least it kept me motivated. And like I said, Capricorn, I need a list, I need things to do, and I need to like know why I'm doing them. So at least this year I have a reason why, right? And I have help from a bunch of people who I hope to have on this channel to help me do things. Like, I'm hoping to talk Jen into helping me fit stuff, like even if it's virtually. We live across the country from each other, so, but maybe we'll have a little Zoom call that we can broadcast for y'all so we can figure out how to fit stuff together, because like a lot of people around here are me-shaped, so I'm very excited about that. And that might be cool. But I have a bunch of other like potential special guests that are coming in. I did wrap up my 20 question series this year. I did basically an entire year of it. I think I started in like November of last year. Is that right? October, somewhere around there. And I kept going, and there are 40 of those, I think. So that was a big project. Like, I didn't expect it to go that long. I didn't expect it to be that big of a deal, but yeah. So I've wrapped that up. There might be an occasional one that shows up here and there if I find somebody who like is a choice person to have on here who people want to know more about. I will certainly consider doing them again, but the like base project is done. We also still have Costuming in Color going right now, so if you guys don't know about it, I have another channel. It's called Costuming in Color. I have it with my friend Gigi, and we host costumers of color to basically do kind of like 20 questions so you can get to know them about their costuming. There are people who have YouTube channels, there are people who are just on Instagram, there's cosplayers, there's historical reenactors, there's historical costumers, there's every kind of costumers on there. So if you are a person of color or want to know more about people of color, Costuming in Color is the place to be. Morgan and I also did our podcast for an entire year. I don't know if we're gonna continue that or not. It might be a project that we pick up again when we both feel like it. Neither one of us has been in like a real book mood recently, so we haven't recorded one in quite a while, but if we get back into that mood, we might try again. And if not, you have an entire year's worth of podcasts that you can listen to. Those are over at Ladies Who Genre. All of that stuff is listed always down below for you guys if you would like to find me on those locations. As you heard earlier, I do have a Patreon. If you want to join that, it's available to you. If you don't, that's also totally cool. I am super happy to have you here on YouTube joining us in this party. As always, all of my information is down below for you guys to find me in all my different locations. There's also like random questions people ask me about, like my Brunhilde here, or like my wool mat. People want to know about that stuff all the time. It's all listed in the description, so the description is a good place to check when you're looking for something from pretty much anybody who does YouTube, actually. Lots of people put stuff in the description and nobody ever reads it, so like anyway, all that stuff's there if you'd ever like it. Anyway, leave me your resolutions and goals or whatever you guys have, or F resolutions down below. That's all good. Like, I'm kind of an F resolutions because I don't want them to feel like pressury. I just want them to be goals. So if you guys have goals, let me know what those are. Also, let me know what you're reading, what you're watching, what you're listening to. Do you guys have podcasts you're listening to that you think are awesome? Please tell me about those. I'm always looking for good ones. I'm listening to lore right now a lot. I also listen to Short History of, You're Dead to Me, Maintenance Phase, You're Wrong About, all those kind of podcasts. So if you have ones that are like that, awesome. I'm a big fan of Welcome to Night Vale, although I haven't listened to that one in a while because Cecil like puts me to sleep. So I can listen to him for one podcast worth and then I'm out. I mean, it's a good thing if you can't get to sleep. Like, that's a great podcast to listen to, but you have really weird dreams about really weird stuff. So like, hey. Anyway, let me know your recommendations. Okay, I hope you guys are all having a good year. It's a couple days in. Hopefully it's been okay so far. Hopefully nothing has happened by the time that I post this. And welcome to 2022, friends. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.